Good morning. Actually, it's not the morning anymore. It is currently the afternoon. And specifically, it is Monday, February 10th, the week of my favorite holiday in the entire world, Valentine's Day. But before we talk about anything else, let's just address something really quick. Yes, I do look fabulous. Moving forward, I do think I need to start representing my business more professionally, as in looking more professional in my videos, just looking more put together, I should say, because quite frankly, I didn't really quite like looking at myself when I was editing my videos, and just thought that I could be taken more seriously if I just looked a little bit more put together in my videos. It also helps tie into my Knoel IRL page, which is more like focused on lifestyle and makeup and stuff, which I'll link down below if you're interested. I've been trying to get rid of a lot of makeup and project panning, but that's like a whole other thing that I get into and more in depth on that channel. But it is one of my goals this year to wear makeup more often. Daily, perhaps. Even if I don't do like a full glam look or anything, I just need to wear my makeup and start getting rid of it because there's a lot. So it has been a rough couple of weeks on the island of Ireland. I've tried so many times to vlog this, but now I'm in the headspace of getting back to business. Everything's normal at the house now, but we'll backtrack to January 26th, I believe, was the big day. And if you are not aware, we're not aware, I'll make you aware now. Storm Éowyn, yes, named after the Lord of the Rings character,
I am no man.
blowed through the island of Ireland, and I believe it did touch down in the UK as well, but I didn't hear so much about crap going on that we've had problem-wise. But basically at 7 o'clock in the morning that Friday, we lost power in our house, and long story short, it was a very grueling 6 days. We luckily had running water, and we do have a propane stovetop, so we were able to still have, you know, hot meals and hot drinks and things, and we could like do sponge baths and stuff. But it was just long, and the nights were very long, as you can imagine, being in the like the dead of winter in January. So we ended up getting our power the next Thursday, which was fantastic because at that time our freezer was starting to thaw. Actually, it kind of mostly did thaw. Some of our vegetables started getting squishy. It was, I mean, they're still edible. We're still gonna eat them, but like, it was getting a little dodgy there. We didn't have Wi-Fi for the next 6 days. It was a little rough. I couldn't work on the business. Charging our appliances and things was a little issue that we were running into. But we got over it. I ended up going to my local library a couple of times to like charge my appliances and check books out because again, we had no Wi-Fi. There's really very little in the way of entertainment. But we got through it. I had to order some thread, finally ordered the thread. It actually came, and we're going to unbox it, or unbag it rather, here in a second. But I got all my fabric. I started doing some prepping yesterday, just a little minor prepping, because I wanted to kind of see how the gingham would work as scrunchies and wristlets, and I will show you in a second. I do like the outcome. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but we are back at it. I'm starting to get back into the rhythm of everything. Some things that I do need to start working on is finalizing the other characters for stickers and things, but I do want to set up my camera here and just do something since it's been a while. I only cut 4-inch strips yesterday for wristlets and smaller scrunchies, so let's set up the good camera and we'll just talk from there.
This is for our future children.
Hello, future children. Hello, Derek and Maeve. I've already decided.
I guess so. Famous blackout of, what year is it? 2025.
If she's still alive, it didn't work.
What?
Nothing.
Damn. Got the fire lit. There's all my sewing stuff. It sucks, but you know, good story. Good story.
Just don't fart.
Mm-hmm. How much you pour in there? Good?
Yeah, that brings back memories.
Oh, Jesus.
Hello. It is Tuesday. That's all I know. The days are going quite slow. I'm trying not to use up too much of my battery, but basically, this is our 5th day without power. I think we did report that we have a line down in our road, but yeah, it's been kind of rough. The days are going really slow. This day in particular is going incredibly slow. I went out yesterday to just get out of the house. My mother-in-law and brother-in-law are out of the house right now, so I do have the house to myself, which is nice because it's quiet. But I'm gonna use a tea light here to start sealing some of my labels for the wristlets. But other than that, there's not much I can do. I can't edit. I can't do anything that requires power. I can't sew. I can cut fabric, but I want to record that, so I can't really do that either. So needless to say, there'll probably be another week without a vlog, unfortunately, just because of the circumstances. We don't know how long we're going to be without power. My husband and my mother-in-law take things to work to charge, because that's like the only way we can get any of our phones, you know, juiced up or anything. I could technically go to the library today at like around 2, I think it's open, but it's rough. But anyway, I'm gonna do some stuff. Can't film it, but I'm gonna try and stay busy. I don't have my glasses on for some reason, but I just want you to see this. It's back, baby. Hello. Don't ask me what date it is because I have no clue. If you couldn't already hear, I am sick. My brother-in-law and father-in-law have both had some sort of congestion going on, and I finally got it, and my husband has it now, so it really is all in the family. It has been, what, 2 weeks since the last vlog, or 3, I don't even know at this point. If you're caught up on current world events, the UK and Ireland experienced Storm Éowyn. Most businesses closed, and for good reason, because she was whipping up winds of 100 miles per hour, and it was a bit frightening. Well, I mean, I wasn't scared or anything, but it was just like the damage that could potentially be caused. And she did some damage, I tell you what. We have a tree out back that is an elderberry tree, and that finally just conked over. And the tin off of the garage flew off. Not all of it, but a panel flew off. I didn't film it, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not filming it, but at the same time, if something terrible would have happened. My father-in-law decided that he was going to fix it because we were expected to get wet weather the next couple of days. He only owns 3 of the same height of ladder. So anyway, he's trying to get onto the roof of this garage and nail and screw in this tin that has flown off to secure it. I just wish I would have. You should have seen it, because potentially somebody could have gotten very injured, fatally. My husband and I and my father-in-law were all out there just helping, because my brother-in-law sleeps forever, so he wasn't up. At 7 o'clock in the morning, the day of, we lost power. And as somebody who has sleep anxiety, who has to sleep with some sort of fan on, like any sort of white noise, that was anxiety inducing. But luckily, thankfully, my Manta sleep mask, oh my gosh, it really saved the day, because I had enough power in my phone, and that Manta sleep mask, I want them to sponsor me at some point, because that thing, the battery lasts like 2.5 nights. You know, if you get like 7-ish hours of sleep, or you use it for 7-ish hours. And I'm not saying I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I wish I did. but my Manta sleep mask is on for probably 8 hours of the night or something like that. And so for it to be on and powered on enough that I could use it, well, we had no electricity. It was great. Plus my husband and my mother-in-law would charge our electronics when they got to their jobs because there was power in smaller towns, in towns in general, in cities, but, or at least they got it faster than, say, us on the offshoot roads and things. So we didn't end up getting our power back for 6 days, and it was a very long 6 days because what do you do? As far as entertainment goes, my husband ended up using his Mac. He had a couple of movies and things stored on it, so we ended up coming out here using this gas-powered heater and just sitting out here some evenings and just watching whatever he had on his Mac. Of course, when that entertainment was, used up, we didn't have anything else to do because we didn't have any internet. There was no way to stream anything, obviously. So when we finally got our power back, I remember it was a Thursday because I went to the library to charge my electronics and get a book. And by the time I got home, our electricity was back on, and it was amazing. And I was like, ah. Then we had a couple of days of just no Wi-Fi. And then I got sick. I got sick on Saturday night or Sunday night. I felt a tickle in my throat, and I thought, son of a biscuit. I ended up getting that. Got the nose stuff about a day or two after. I got an email this morning that my thread order had dispatched. So I should be getting that maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I want to start working on the stuff that's up there. Yeah. I ended up putting the fabric over there, and I got a bunch of boxes. You see my boxes? Those are all scrunchies. And then I have the craft storage boxes with the fabric in them. They work really, really well. I actually really like that sort of setup for storing my fabric before I cut it. And I think what I'll do today is iron that cotton fabric, and I don't think I'm going to do anything else with it. I mean, I could potentially start cutting some things out. I do want to test a headband template though, just to make sure that whatever I'm doing is okay. So I do have I think I still have some fat quarters from a different shopping trip stored away. So I'll use whatever scrap fabric I have for a test headband. That's all I've got. So I just had some lunch. The studio has warmed up quite nicely. I think I'll just run to the bathroom real quick and just figure out what I'm doing next.
Why did it delete all the UPCs? Why? So I guess
Sometimes I get overly ambitious and then I pay for it. So I broke a sewing needle. For whatever reason, I had it in my head that I wanted to make a double-sided bandana. Well, broke a sewing needle because the fabric is just way too thick. The tutorial I was following is very straightforward. The person doing the tutorial only uses one layer of fabric. Why did I want to do a double-sided bandana? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So I'm like, just step away from the project. I get the actual gist of making the bandana, but I need to clear my head because if I get too frustrated, I won't want to continue doing anything out here. So I'm just gonna let that go. What I might end up doing is I'll just seam rip everything and try and remake it or something, because like I still want a new bandana. But if that project's gonna be a pain in my butt, then I might even look up a tutorial to see if there is a way to make a two-sided bandana. But for right now, I just need to take a breather and relax a little bit. So the video I was watching said it was a 10-minute project. I've been out here for maybe an hour and a half trying to make this thing. I almost half wonder if they meant the length of their video was 10 minutes. Okay, I fixed it. I seam ripped it. I looked at a different tutorial that used like a little pocket system instead. So yes, there's a visible seam, but it's like not ugly. Do you know what I mean? And just for kicks, I decided to put my label on it. So let's do a little try on. Okay. My hair is a little crazy. I think it would benefit to be a little bit, like if I was actually going to make these in the triangle shape, they would need to be a little bit of a bigger triangle. But for the gingham fabric, I wanted like a napkin looking bandana sort of, you know, headband. It just reminds me of picnic. I might have to play with the length, but because I was just using like a fat quarter, like scrap fabric that I had laying around, I just wanted to fix it. But yeah, that's cute, and it's reversible. I know for sure I'm not making my headbands reversible, but I am toying with the idea of making them lined. But I don't think I bought enough fabric to do that. So that's probably not going to be in the cards. But the other thing is, this pocket method only works if you have 2 layers of fabric. So I just kind of have to figure how I'm going to do that. I'm probably overthinking it, but I think this is cute. I'm going to wear this today. I haven't had a bandana in so long because, like, I've had this ratty tatty thing for like ever, and it's time for her to go. She needs to be retired. Happy trails. We'll have a little tribute out in the dumpster. But no, this one's cute, and it's not too tight either. So I'm glad that the elastic length is perfect, like absolutely perfect. So I think we're onto something, and I had to do my branding. I don't know if you can see, but I had to do the little branding. But yeah, I think it looks cute. So yesterday I did end up making 2 products for the Neon Picnic launch, and I trialed them with the yellow gingham fabric, and we made a wristlet and we made a scrunchie, a basic size scrunchie. And I'm happy with these. I love the outcome. They look fine. This fabric gave me absolutely no trouble whatsoever. I think it's really nice, lightweight fabric. It's not like super heavy or anything. It didn't give me any problems. I think for wristlets, I'm gonna have you guys choose what metal colors you want. I have a bunch of different ones in here. I'll throw them all up, really, because then you guys can just choose what metal hardware you want. Be totally customizable to you, and then all I have to do is just clamp it and then send it out with your order. The other thing that I was thinking about for the gingham fabric and the picnic fabric was headbands, and I know I talked about this in a previous vlog, but I'm like still really undecided on what style of headband I want. And I had 2 ideas. I had an idea that I was gonna make something similar to this headband, which is one of my treasured headbands. She's gotta go though because she's really ratty-tatty and she's got holes. And she's also like 10 years old. Actually, she's 12. But I wanted something that would cover my whole head, and so I was looking at this. I was just seeing how it was structured. And then I was looking at different kinds of YouTube tutorials for other styles of headbands, because originally I sort of wanted like a handkerchief sort of headband. It's basically one that has like a little point in the back, and it will remind me of like picnic, you know, summer, picnic table, you know, picnic, the picnic blanket, you know, things like that, because most picnic blankets are gingham. Well, they're not always, but the classic one is the red gingham. I thought that maybe that was something I wanted to do, but I still have yet to figure out how I'm going to go about doing it. The other option I have is I also have some just like actual headbands, not, you know, I have the elastic for these headbands as well. It's hard to differentiate between what I'm talking about when I say a headband. So an elasticated headband, but I have the other headbands that just go on your head and not around the back of your head. So I have those in the background waiting in the wings for something. So I potentially could use those and cover them in the fabric, but I'm just a little bit undecided because I just really don't know what I want to do. We still have a couple months yet to decide. I know for a fact that, you know, these will definitely be coming out. I don't know if I want a bigger size of scrunchie than this. just because if I keep the products to a minimum, I might have enough fabric left for, say, the headbands if I choose to do them. That's what I'm thinking of. Why don't we look at some thread, shall we? So I got this thread literally today. Here is the thread that I bought for the scrunchies, my basic scrunchies, the satin ones, and my Look scrunchies with the chiffon overlay. So I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. All right, so do we have all the colors in here? It looks like we do. We've got our pink, our orange, our yellow, our green, and our blue. This is a bit more lime than I was thinking. I was also thinking to myself, since I have these threads now, eventually I should start looking for colors like this. You know what I mean? Find fabrics that will go with these threads since I have them now. My only gripe is I don't know where I'm gonna put these threads now because I have a whole bin of overlocking thread over here, completely full. So these are probably gonna have to go behind the desk. But I'm happy those came because I for some reason was like really off my game the last couple of weeks, especially yesterday, because it was the first time I actually came out and started making things. And I was like,
I don't even know what size my scrunchies are anymore. How much fabric do I use? Wait, what am I using for the gingham fabric?
I'm using white for the gingham fabric. And I decided that I wasn't going to serge the scrunchies or pull my serger out at all for these scrunchies. This cotton doesn't fray as wild as the satin does. These are fine if I don't need to pull out my serger, which is great because that's like one less step that I have to do. The only thing I'm thinking of is I should have maybe bought some navy, but I think I am gonna put in a Pound Fabrics order to get some navy because I feel like we have that navy picnic fabric. I think I need to have a navy scrunchie to go with it. So a whole bunch of stuff is going down, but anyway, let's set up the tripod in a different area. We'll get some interfacing cut out with the the really heavy duty cutter that my mother-in-law bought me. That could be fun. All right, now this is gonna happen quickly. You have to push the button in and at the same time squeeze it. It's a little aggressive. Cut a finger if you're not careful. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be used for like cardboard, but my in-laws don't really know things, so I give them the benefit of the doubt, and I also just appreciate anything that they get me in regards to my small business. So what really can I complain about? So I have been cutting 22-inch panels, I believe, but I will double check just to make doubly sure. Essentially, one of these is about, well, I think about 20 would actually be working. Well, actually 21 would be okay because I need to make sure that I leave room whenever I actually sew up the inside seam. So 21 would actually work really well. So I am just going to have all of the strips of fabric that I made yesterday so that one half of the fabric is going to be scrunchies and the other half is going to be wristlets, and then we'll go from there. Now this is an end-all be-all because I know for a fact that some of these pieces are like wider, so I want those essentially to be scrunchies. So if I come across them in, say, the wristlet pile, I'll just switch them out. Oh, and here's everybody's least favorite part. ironing. I'm probably not going to show too much of it because it's so tedious. But we take our interfacing. We find the shiny side. Now, the cool thing about this gingham fabric is there really is no wrong or right side. So I just pick a side that's going to essentially be the wrong side. Put the interfacing shiny side down. Center it as best as I can, but making sure to leave some room because this is where I'll put the seam. And then I just do it this way because I don't have like I don't have, what is this called? An ironing board pad or an ironing pad. So I just kind of have to iron on this way. And it's totally fine. And I'm realizing I need to open the window because it is going to get real steamy in here. Good morning. It's Tuesday, February 11th. It's a little after 10:30 in the morning. I just got done putting on my makeup and getting ready for the day. I was making banana bread this morning, which took up a good chunk of my morning. I had bananas that thawed and then refroze during Storm Éowyn. So I needed to use those up because they were too brown. they were looking a certain kind of way. My banana bread's fine. I just had some for breakfast and it's okay. It's not the best banana bread I've ever made, but it used up those bananas. So on the docket today, I need to go and do some video editing. I also need to just trial run another St. Patrick's Day sticker sheet because yesterday I have settings that I normally would use for my sticker sheets, and I usually use the washi tape setting, and I've never had any issues with it. With the paper that I've been using, my method has been pretty consistent. All of a sudden, and I did change out my knife, so there shouldn't be any issues with the implement, but all of a sudden the washi tape setting's not deep enough to cut through the sticker sheet itself. And basically you don't want to cut through the backing, but you also need it to be deep enough that you're able to lift the sticker off of the sheet in the first place. So I did a quick Google search, and Online Labels, which is what sticker paper I use, actually has a form that has suggestions of what they suggest for Cricut settings for cutting stickers. So I might trial one more sheet because I've already done, I think, 5 that I think I'm just going to make B grade on the Etsy page. It is what it is, but I'm going to trial run that one more time just to see if it works, and if it doesn't, I'm just gonna have to go back to the drawing board. But anyway, let's settle down and get to work. So these were yesterday's stickers, and it's not super visible right away, but if you look on the back, yeah, some stickers are just popping out for some reason, and that's how it was for like all of them. And I just don't feel comfortable putting these up as like an A grade sort of situation if the stickers are just going to pop off. So that's why we need to figure something out. So the online label recommendation for the Cricut setting seems to have worked. I'm still seeing like some perforation on the backing paper, which I'm not insanely worried about. I was trying to lift this sticker here, and I did end up pulling the backing paper through. So I'm just going to roll with it because I think it looks fine. I'm just going to cut everything down. I won't know until I start making more sticker sheets, but I think I'm done making the St. Patrick's Day ones because I'm pretty sure they're not going to sell anyway. So it is what it is.
That and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I'm outside now. It's still a little bit chilly in here, so I do have the fireplace heater set. I'm trying to de-stick my iron because I was ironing interfacing on the wristlets, and some of the goo, the adhesive from the wristlets got on the iron. So I'm trying to use Goo Gone to try and get some of the adhesive off. I did turn the iron on to kind of like maybe loosen it up a little bit with some heat. So hopefully I don't ruin my iron, but there's so much resistance because of that residue that it's really hard to iron things. So I need to get that done, but I can't really do anything until that is finished because I want to also get the rest of the wristlets done. I think I have 3 pink ones like I mentioned before, and then I have to cut the excess interfacing off before I can then iron the wristlets again. So it's a whole process, but I'm gonna get back to cleaning this iron and hopefully not ruining it. So all of my wristlets have been pressed. They just need to be sewn and branded, of course. I'm not, like I said, like I mentioned before, I'm not adding the hardware yet. I'm gonna let you guys choose whenever you check out. And so far it's looking like I have 5 of each color, which is perfect because since I'm such a small brand and really unknown, I get literally like no traffic on my Etsy. I don't foresee myself selling out, so I think this is perfect. It is 20 after 4 and I'm not done for the day, but I know for a fact I do feel like I need to take my makeup off pretty soonish. I didn't feel like going to the gym today. I toyed with the idea, but I'm still pretty sore from yesterday, so tomorrow it is. And my husband will be home in about an hour, so we'll make dinner and then, you know, do our usual dinner time routine. And then I'll probably come out here and finish whatever projects I have. I am just gonna go ahead and film a couple of things now, but I'm not gonna like be on camera for the rest of the evening because I'm a little tired. Wearing makeup really tires my eyes out for some reason. I think it's the mascara. So I'm just gonna call it a night. So enjoy this time-lapse montage footage. what you're gonna say. But don't get at me for not wearing makeup today. I have a good excuse. I woke up and I have my period, so that is my excuse today. Also, my mother-in-law's home. I get in a weird funk when she's home, specifically because she cleans everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's her house and she's allowed to clean it, but the freedom of movement is lessened when she's home, if that makes sense. I'm out here now. I warmed it up. I've been warming it up with my remote heater for a couple of hours now. I just turned on the flame one. I'm not going to appear on camera very much today because I'm just not in the mood. I was hoping to go to the gym today, but I'm not feeling it, man. I feel like absolute garbage on the first day of my period. It's just something I always deal with. When I was working, it was always the worst because I'm like, it's the last thing I want to do is to like move. Anyway, so I need to finish up the wristlets that I started yesterday. I filmed a bunch of that, so I'm not really gonna film a whole lot because I might just get some like shots here and there, like some close-up shots of some things. But for the most part, the entire process of sewing together a wristlet, it has already been done for each color. So that's on my agenda today, but I think I'm just gonna like chill for a minute or two. It's a little bit after 1 p.m. I didn't mention. It is not Friday, oh my gosh. It is Wednesday, February 12th. And I got most of my video editing and stuff done for the day. I just kind of bookmarked the start of where I need to start editing tomorrow. Because I think it was yesterday's footage that I started working on and I was like, I really don't feel like doing any more of this right now. So I'm out here now. I'm out here. We're going to be productive in a minute here, but I just kind of need to take a breather. I think the weather also just impacts my mood a lot too, but it's a little bit of everything rolled into one. So I'm just going to stop talking and we'll get the ball rolling here eventually. It's 3:40 now. They're all sewn into loops. I put some hardware on some that will be for product photos. So those are done. Everything's done. I think they look really, really good. In my opinion, look at them. They look so cool. Really happy with the outcome. I think for now, though, I am going to take a break because I've been sewing for the last almost, what, two and a half-ish hours? I'm pretty tired. So I'm going to go inside and take a break. But tomorrow, I will sew some scrunchies. So there's at least 24 scrunchies to do. And then after those are done, I will move on to maybe the first batch of satin chiffon scrunchies. Those will probably take the most time to make. So the sooner I get them done, the better. Since we're already mid-February, which is crazy. But then again, I also had 2 weeks where I couldn't do anything. I need to draw some more characters for the neon picnic. I want to draw a picnic basket, a pineapple, maybe some fruit slices. I'm not 110% sure yet. And there's a popsicle that's almost done. So some things here and there, but I really do want to take a break. So I'm going to do that. Good afternoon. Do you like my Coquette Mobwife aesthetic that I've got going on? I didn't really mean to look like this, but that's just kind of how it went after I put this on. I think this is cute. My mommy got it for me for Christmas. But anyway, it is Valentine's Day Eve, and we have no plans for the actual day tomorrow, which is kind of, you know, it's conveniently on a Friday, and we just ended up not planning anything. I want to say it's unfortunate, but it's not really unfortunate because, like, I didn't know what to do. My husband didn't really know what to do. Money's a little tight this year. We might go out for a drink, but we've been trying to, like, relax on the dates and stuff. Not to say that we don't go out on dates or anything, but it's, anyway. Personal stuff aside, I am currently outside because I just really feel like I need to deep clean. I don't know why, but I just really got the itch to vacuum and just wipe things down a little bit. It's not too bad in here, but I just really felt like I needed to clean in here. And I really wish I had a better way of organizing some of these things back here behind the desk. But I currently don't, so I'm just gonna make do with what I have and try to gussy up things as I can. And then as far as what I'm gonna work on today, I have my Neon Picnic gingham scrunchies to work on. So they're already cut out. It's the basic size. I mentioned before, I don't know if I'm gonna do a size bigger than that just because of the amount of fabric I have. I'm not doing it yet, but it's in my cart on Minerva. I have a bunch of navy fabric in there because I was thinking about it and I'm like, you know what? I don't have a dark contrasting color in this collection and I have that navy Neon Picnic fabric. I'm like, why don't I just bite the bullet and just do it? I didn't do too much editing today because I was looking at my footage from the 11th and I just really did a quick montage of sewing because I'm finding that when I watch other people's studio vlogs, I skip forward a lot whenever, I'm so sorry Megan from Fauna Rose, but like sometimes when I watch her or even Bailey J's sped up montages of them like packing orders and things, I get bored. That's just me personally. If you love watching sped up footage, that's great. But I know in my own footage, I'm like, okay, I'll put it in here and there, but I don't want it to be my whole thing because it's boring for me to edit and it's boring to watch in my opinion. And I'm not saying that creators shouldn't use sped up montage footage. I'm just saying as a viewer myself, I find it boring. I'll like sit on my phone instead. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sit you up somewhere and just vacuum and deep clean. And after that, we'll make some scrunchies. So let's get started. Hopefully my brother-in-law will not appear in his room window because that would be so awkward to like record him. This stuff smells amazing. That's probably good enough. I know the lighting's like really bad right now, but I'm gonna take a moment to eat lunch because I didn't actually realize what time it was. It's 12:30, but I need to eat because I need to go to the gym today. I didn't go yesterday, I didn't go the last couple days, so I just need to make sure I go today. So I'm gonna have some chicken curry, and sweet potatoes and watch some YouTube and then we'll get started. Good morning. I don't normally vlog on a Friday. I'm usually, okay, I'll admit, I'm not very good at remembering to sign off on my vlogs, but I had just finished editing what footage I do have for this week and realized I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to sign off for the week. So I am going to show you what I got done yesterday. I finished off my scrunchies. Well, not finished all of them off. I still have a small pile there that is going to be reserved for me filming it and putting it into like social media and stuff because I didn't want to film me sewing every single scrunchie. So I got several done yesterday. The other ones just need to be sewn into tubes, but I do have at least one of every color sewn. I'll show you in 2 seconds here. There you go. We've got our pink, we've got our orange, we've got our yellow, our green, and our blue. They're so stinking cute. I love them so much. They didn't even give me a whole lot of trouble to sew in the first place. Like the entire process went very quickly. I think because this time I decided to take a page out of Megan from Fauna Rose's book and like sew everything in like batches. So what she often does is she'll sew all the seams first and then she'll sew all the tubes. And she won't just sew one scrunchie at a time. She like batches everything. I'm looking out the window because I noticed I left the door open. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry that this vlog was like just discombobulated everything. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please remember to give it a like. A thumbs up? A thumbs up is a like, yeah. And if you're feeling a little frisky, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you here. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. Hopefully there won't be another storm.